Hello. Welcome to Healthy by Choice, the podcast that's here to ignite your belief in what's truly possible for your health and well-being. Hi, I'm Dr. Kerry, and what lights me up is empowering others. My mission has always been to inspire you to take your health seriously and give you the tools to understand your body on a deeper, more meaningful level. In each episode, we'll explore the healing power of nature, the role of real food as medicine, and how intentional movement can restore balance to your body and mind. So whether you're on a journey of prevention, recovery, or simply seeking more vitality, this podcast is your reminder. You hold the power to heal. Thanks so much for joining me. Hi, friends. Welcome back. Yet another opportunity for me to do an interview with yet another amazing human being. Today, I want to introduce you to my friend Rondi Pruitt. I had the pleasure of meeting Rondi when we were in chiropractic school, which is now a good, 15 plus years ago. And since then, we've been following each other on socials, which is really fun because when we were in school, we had one focus, and mostly we were busy and we were putting everything above ourselves, and some of us did some self-care. I will say that both Rondi and I were athletes at the time. I remember watching you running your little heart out, which is fantastic. And so today I want to share with you not only a chiropractor and not only a friend, but a working mom who's making it work. And part of that is because she has really found her voice in coaching and working with, let's just say, working mothers and people who are wanting to say yes to themselves more and find better versions of themselves. So with that, I just want to say hi and welcome, Rondi. Thank you for being here.
Yes, hi Kerry. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I know when we were chatting and you're like, let's do this and come on the podcast. I was like, yes, sign me up. When can we do it? So thank you so much for inviting me here. It's such a pleasure.
You know what's so great is I was watching you putting yourself out on socials, which I'm so proud of you for that. And I'm really drawn to your story. So I don't know exactly where you want to jump in with my audience, and whoever is listening to this is going to find the place that's common, I think, for all of us, regardless of if you're a mom or if you're, full-time working outside of the house mom or whatever, is I remember you saying, you had to find your voice.
Yeah.
And I love that. That was really powerful and empowering. So tell us about that. Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if anyone who's listening to this can or can relate to living a life where, your parents have a dream for you and they're like, they kind of push you in one way or another, and you kind of just kind of go along, and you look up and you're like, is this it? Is this? And I had that epiphany when I was pregnant with my first child, my son. He's 9 years old now. And so I had this awakening of, what in the world am I doing? Like, there's got to be more. I'm stepping into this momhood. I want to be a better version of myself. And so I started, really thinking about how I got to where I was at. And I was realizing that my life and it's amazing. It's an amazing life. And don't get me wrong with that, but I was realizing that the steps that I was taking was to appease or to kind of go with what my mom had always envisioned for me. She has two kids, and my brother is a lawyer, and she's like, I've always wanted a lawyer and a doctor, and so I was going to be the doctor, right? So I went to St. Louis University to SLU, and I was pre-med. Even in high school, I did internships, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to be a doctor. That's it. I didn't even think of anything else. And so I got there and I realized that, yeah, it was, I don't really like the sight of blood. I didn't realize that.
Oops.
And so I was like, okay, so what am I do? So then I went to physical therapy, and I did like that. And then someone just out of the blue was like, hey, what about chiropractic? And I'm like, I've never been to a chiropractor before. And they're like, yeah, you can still have the doctor title. And I was like, well, one, can I own my own business? And they're like, yes. Two, okay, am I a doctor? Yes. Perfect. Sign me up. So I was like, well, let's do it. So I went to chiropractic school, and it is not for the faint of heart. As you know, it is a lot of work. I mean, you are learning a lot in chiropractic about the body. So I was like, okay, th this is it. Okay, right? And so I definitely, it resonated with me because I am a more holistic person. I'm not one on big on medications. I'm not, it's like feed the body, treat your body like a temple, right? So that really resonated with me. And I practiced after graduation. And then I was getting a little burnt out in California. And I was like, this is really expensive. And I wanted to be closer to my family. And at the time, my husband now, but back then he was my boyfriend. I was like, okay, I want to move back home. So I moved back home, and I actually started practicing again. And I felt that I didn't have the support like I thought I would have. And I'm not sure of, from wherever you're listening to, the Midwest has a lot of it's meat and potatoes. Like, the lifestyle is different from California, right? It's not, California is like you have, people are running and it's just the, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and or, farmers markets. And so I come to the Midwest and I'm like, oh, it's like I know I'm from the Midwest, but it was like a big culture shock of, okay, now not only am I having to teach the, holistic approach of lifestyle, but it's also having to re-educate and all the indoctrinated, like, no, I mean, I'm taking a pill, that's it. Like, right? So, so yeah, so and I had to deal with that. So I kind of was getting a little burnt out. I felt like I didn't have the support. And I was like, oh man, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So I did end up taking a step back from practice, and going into a different field and kind of like, okay, well, let's just do a 9 to 5, real quick so I can, get my bearings. And I did that. And I realized that I was still able to take that lifestyle and merge it into my family, into my husband, because he was really the meat and potatoes kind of guy. Like, okay, take a pill and be done. And then so I was like, no, I started retraining him and we have great conversations. We have two beautiful kids now. And so fast forward, I had my son and I'm like, okay, now what? Right? What am I meant to do? I'm going through the steps. I'm done the things my mom said, and I'm still not completely happy. What now?
Wow.
And it kind of was like, geez, I'm what, 35 at the time, and on paper I should be like amazing. I have a husband, I have a son, I have a good education, I graduated with honors. I have two parents that are still alive. On paper everything should be amazing, right? But I wasn't. And so when you have that realization, you're like, something's got to change. And I went through, I guess, my version of a walkabout. I said, to my husband, I was like, I need 3 weeks to go back to California. And at that time, Lindsay, I don't know if you remember Lindsay McCarthy, she was still practicing, and I was like, hey, I just want to kind of like come. And she was doing more of a light touch, and I needed to be around that chiropractic, and I just needed to be away. And not that I was running away from motherhood. It wasn't about running away from my responsibilities, but it was running towards who I was meant to be and who I just needed to be by myself to kind of find that. And I felt like that was such a powerful trip for me because I flew into Los Angeles and I drove down to San Diego and I took my time, and it was so amazing. I did goat yoga. I'd never done that before. And so I did all of that. And then I come back and I'm like, I want to be a coach. I want to be a coach. And the crazy thing is, how many of you guys have said, okay, I'm so excited about something. I want to tell my friends and family. And I did. And I told my brother at the time, and he's very logical, and God bless him. But I told him, and he said something to me. He said, don't you think you're a little young don't you think you need more life experience? Oh my gosh, Carrie, like crushed me. And then I started second guessing everything. I'm like, well, maybe he's right. Maybe I shouldn't be. And then I silenced myself for 3 years just sitting on this, right? And I'm like, what in the heck? What? That's his opinion, not my truth, right?
Wow, can we just, whoa. Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And what a gift he gave you, right? What a gift.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, you know what? This is not, no, it's still on my heart. It's still a calling. I want to step up and I've been doing the work. I've been putting in the work in myself. And if this is all I do in this world, which I know it's not, I know I'm meant for way, way more even after this. But if this is all I do is guiding other women to finding themselves faster, quicker, with less heartache, less frustration, and stepping up into the version of themselves that is so bright and shining and unapologetically them, then my work here is done,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Right?
I so get it. And finding your voice is the finding. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the project is to actually find your voice and to continue.
Yes.
There's not really a found. It's a continue.
Right.
And I love that you can use that holistic approach. You can use the challenge of going back to a place where you didn't feel like people were buying in. So
Mm-hmm.
educating people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just educating people on go deeper into you, which of course is my big message in life too, is it's got to come from love. My
Yes.
podcast actually was titled Love, and based on the book All About Love, which I highly, do you know Bell Hooks?
No, no.
Must.
No look. Okay.
She normally writes about African American life and love, and this particular book is just love. So, in any case, that's a must. So, to get to that version of yourself, when you're saying yes to yourself, it doesn't, there's no straight line.
No.
And I just want to emphasize that I mean, it sounds like your partner's amazing and he was able to support you. And the gift that your brother gave you, and it's like, and on and on and on. We have to see each of these as a gift, and you did. And I
Yes.
feel that's why when you come on socials, it really speaks to me. Like, I really hear that you are like, wait a minute, I am a beautiful shining light. Wait a minute, I want to share that and guide you, the potential people working with you. Would you say that you focus with working moms? Is that your market? Yeah.
Yeah, basically I'm talking to me 7 years ago. Right?
What
That
I
is,
love about that is you're a mom. You're
yeah,
teaching your kids how to
yes,
love themselves
yes,
by example. It's
yes,
the biggest gift. It's the most best. There's nothing better to me than that.
yes. And it's so crazy because I did a 14-day mini series just recently on Facebook, and one of them was redefining selfish.
Mm,
And it's been so ingrained in us as young women. It's like, we're put in certain places and it's like to serve and nurture. And I get that. And I am a nurturer, but
yes.
also feeding into myself is not selfish. It's like if I'm feeding into myself and I have a full overflowing cup, everyone around me is also being fed,
Exactly.
right?
Love. If
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that lights me up so much. And I love being around that energy and I love perpetuating that. And I'll tell you, one of the things I find in my coaching program and with my chiropractic clients is many women didn't even consider putting themselves on the list. Like,
Yeah.
like literally, I have people who are 70 years old saying, I've never taken a vacation before.
Yeah.
Excuse me? Or I'm off from work that wasn't about the kids, or and I'm just like, okay, selfish it is not.
Yeah.
Loving,
Yes.
self-care, self-love, all of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's
Good
and
work.
and it's something that I think we even as chiropractors we take for granted that there's a different way of thinking, and so we are able to open up our mind to other alternatives than what societal norms are, wherever you're at, you know. And so I think that, again, I think we take it for granted of how small, subtle shifts in how you think can change so much around you. You cannot change anything in your environment, right? But if you switch a little bit of how you think about certain situations, it can change your outlook on everything, and it will make it better in a way of, yes, life is lifing all the time, right? And there's always going to be something that comes up, but how you make it through. I think when I was talking to one of my clients, I was saying how making it easy does not mean that there aren't going to be obstacles,
Mhm.
right? Making it easy means that everything that you go through is worth it. For example, okay, I haven't gone to the gym. I do Peloton and I run still, but I haven't been to like the actual gym in so long. But the gym is actually hard work, right? You are actually literally stripping your muscles to make them stronger, right? But for some people, that's easy. That's exciting that they're going to go through that all the time. So it's not easy, does not mean that there's not going to be any troubles or not going to be any obstacles. It's like, this is worth it. I want to go through this, right? And so that's when I say, make it easy. It's what is it that you're passionate about and go for it. And then like all the other things will come into place, or you'll have opportunities where you'll be like, yes, let's say yes to this, but you will also, well, I shouldn't say but, and you will also get the resources that will allow you to go through this. So that's,
Being in flow, right? Like if
yes, yes.
I want
Yeah.
to, I don't want to change the topic, and I want to add to what we were saying. I find in my practice, a person will come to me for chiropractic and they'll be like, well, I don't have a bad enough back, so I won't see you. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm out of 10 pain to see me. I'm so sensitive to people's pain that I actually turn people away when they call it. I mean, I have always been that way. I
Yeah.
don't want to see people in 10 out of 10 pain. I want to see the regular person who comes in regularly.
Yes.
And guess what? Says yes to themselves preventatively, says
Yes.
yes to themselves holistically, is putting in the work, the reps in that way. And that's not to say that I don't have plenty of people who call me every 4 months or 6 months or whatever, but the mentality, the how I'm making my life easy, how I'm setting up my own life. Each of us has that responsibility of how do I want this to go? And I understand money and time and energy. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Also, choosing you, choosing to
Hmm.
heal, choosing to not make things so much more complicated, and
Yeah.
I love how you said, am I saying yes to myself enough?
Yes.
Both saying yes to yourself and definitely the enough is the factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And even to build on that, I love how you were saying, it's not just about the pain, it's the everyday. Chiropractic is not just, yes, that's a beautiful bonus, getting out of pain, but it's also a lifestyle. And so, and when in my earlier story, if you would have looked at me on paper, it looked like I had all the boxes checked, right? But there was something deep down, and so that's where I really want to talk to those women who are like, well, it's not bad enough. I mean, I have the husband, I have the wife, I have the kids, like I'm good. I don't really, I don't really need that. No. If you are questioning right now, if you're questioning if I'm happy enough, or are you questioning like, is there more? That is your sign. That is yes, yes, it is time, right? So,
Yes, yes, yes. Also, I would say my population of women, working mothers, mostly say, am I doing it right? Or
hmm
am I not doing it right?
hmm
And my heart breaks for them.
hmm
And I
yeah,
actually have a practice I love to when I'm in the airport and I see a mom with, two kids and all, and I always offer to help. And for whatever reason, they say no. History, I mean, maybe one woman in history has let me carry something.
yeah,
I just am now in the practice of saying, you're doing a good job. Or
yeah,
good job, mama. Because these kids melt down and they whatever. And I can see it in their face like they're embarrassed that their babies aren't supposed to cry.
yeah,
Babies
yeah.
do. you know? And I
Yeah.
know we have the stigma of, oh, we don't want the crying baby on the airplane or whatever. It's like people,
Oh,
are
Carrie.
right? And then,
You are talking my language. I literally just had this experience. I traveled with my two kids to Mississippi to visit my mom, and we were coming back. We were on the way back, and we had just come back to Kansas City Airport, and my daughter wanted to have a meltdown, like full on.
now's the time.
Right? And this mom came up, and I think if I was, with Malcolm my first go around, I probably would have been the same thing. Like, no, I'm okay. I can, handle it. Clearly you can't. Right now she's breaking, and she just came up. She's like, okay, I'll handle her because I was trying to get the stroller out and I was trying to do all the things. And so she just kind of scooped her up. She was holding her and she calmed her down. And I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I, and it can be a challenge for a mother to relinquish that because it's like I guess they feel like I'm not good enough to be everything for my children,
Oof. Whoa.
right? But you're not meant to. It's we used to have villages, right? We used to have communities. It's not meant for you all on its own, all on your own.
Oof. Wow.
So yeah, that
It's
resonated with me because
man, that is preach, girl, preach. So that is literally probably the most important message for that population of people who are working parents. God, imagine being a single mother on top of it,
oh yes.
right?
Hmm.
And just really thinking, am I doing it right? Am I doing enough? Am I enough? It's like,
Hmm.
whoa, whoa.
Hmm.
Take that even questioning out. If we
Oh
can
yeah.
start with this is what it is,
Hmm.
you're already enough. You came here enough.
Yes, yes. You are enough.
Yep.
By period.
And yeah, a girlfriend and I were, this is like down the rabbit hole, but my girlfriend is like, it's yes or no. You're either here or you're not. So you're either enough or not. Like if you're here, then that's I'm like, whoa, is an X or an O, right? If you're here, you're not.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love
So,
that conversation. Anyway, so tell me about how you work with people. Like, do you do one-on-one coaching? What's your
yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for asking. I do one-on-one coaching. I am looking to branch out at the end of this year and doing more group coaching as well. And so I have different, depending on what they're looking for. Sometimes people are wanting a smaller package where it's like I just need quick wins, things like that. And some people are like, no, I want this to stick. I want this to be, something where it's a lifestyle change. I mean, we know that with chiropractic, right? And so those are the women that are like, okay, I want to stick with it. I want to do like a 12 session or whatever I feel is good for them, and then we go for it. And so, yeah, there are, for the most part, I have a routine in which I go through because I feel like there are pillars. It's your we work on where you came from. What's going on right now. What are you looking for? What are you looking to move into? And also, how can we heal those conflict wounds of your past? Because a lot of times we have stories that we're holding on to. And so we need to let go of those disempowering stories. Sometimes the stories aren't even ours. Sometimes they're your parents. Sometimes your significant others. Sometimes their sibling. Whatever story you're holding on to, you need to let it go. And so we also do a lot of future self embodiment. I love this because I've done it for so long now. I can just zone into this anywhere, but you have the infinite ability to tap into a version of yourself. If you're, let's say you're looking to be a writer, or you're looking to get back into the gym, or you're looking to, be a better lover, or whatever it is, whoever you're trying to be, you can tap into that version of yourself, and you can actually talk to her. You can actually get guidance and see, okay, what do I need to do? What are some things? And she will guide you. And so I have done like versions of that in my coaching, and it's so powerful. It's so amazing. I love every time I do it with someone because they're like crying at the end, right? It's like she was beautiful. She's either out on the beach or she's with her kids, and they describe these scenes, and I'm like, whoa, these are vivid scenes. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, yes,
oh,
it
I'm in.
is.
Good. By phone, by Zoom, in person. How do you work with people?
Yes, Zoom. I like to see people face to face. So I do clientele from all over. So because it's Zoom, it can be all over the United States. I haven't gone international yet, but I'm really looking to tap into that. So, but yeah, Zoom calls and yeah, one-on-one right now.
Awesome. Well, is there anything you want to say? Like, is there any message you want to share, or like for the person who might be interested in working with you, is there anything you want to leave?
Yeah. Yeah, so my Facebook page is where most of my videos are, most of my content is. It is my name, Rondi Pruitt. So you can easily find me there. You can message me. I'm really available on social media. I also have a private Facebook group page as well. Not just a mom, purposely driven for she who wants more. And so, yeah, I mean, reaching out to me on Facebook is probably the best way. And then if they want to jump on a call, I'm open to that as well to see if this is something that they're wanting to do more. I think really is, are you asking these questions of yourself?
Mhm.
Is this it? There's got to be more. Maybe you're a new mom, maybe you're almost into an empty nester, whatever, but if you're asking these questions, it's probably your intuition saying yes. It's time for you to say yes to you. It's time for you to take it a little deeper, a little further. Because once we step into that version of ourselves, we are more confident, we are more at peace, we're more sexual. A lot of times people are like, oh, I don't feel like I'm a sexual being. But when you tap into that version of yourself, when you can ask for things unapologetically, you also that transitions to bedroom, right? So it's not just about saying yes to you, like saying self-care and all that, which is great, but it's the overall package. Being able to step up for yourself, being more assertive, being more alive and like asking for the promotions. These are all the things that can happen when you really tune into saying yes to you more.
Oh, wow. That's so powerful. I really, really love it. And I hope my listeners will reach out, and
Yeah,
definitely show notes will spell your name correctly, and we'll give them, whatever links we are. And then we also send an email to my population that they can reach out.
yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you. I'm going to stop the recording, but I really, really think my people are going to love you. And I hope they will reach out. And of course, if anyone wants to ask me, I can always forward that information too.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.